part, actually, this is actually the, what content creators would normally say, the madugo part, but also the most fun part, right? This is the editing part. Editing, okay. What I do, I just go through this like how I do it, right? What I do, I've got all those first three parts in place already. So ang gagawin ko ngayon, editing first and foremost can actually depend on the kind of editing software that you're using, okay? I started out with iMovie, okay? Probably my first 5 or 6 videos were all done using iMovie, and I was very happy with it. Okay, nakabisado ko siya, and I was able to play around with it, and I thought, you know, wow, it was already giving me a wow feeling using iMovie around the time. But then again, when I watched your videos or other videos, medyo mas level up kaysa dun sa mga nagawa o ginawa ko. And I started doing some research along with it, and I found out that some are using Adobe Premiere Pro Cut, some are using Adobe Premiere Pro, and some are using Final Cut, okay, etc., etc. Okay, these are desktop-based. I'm talking about desktop-based softwares, right? I knew I was very passionate about it, but I wasn't still sure how long I would want to continue doing this to the point of making investments, right? So sabi ko sa sarili ko, teka muna, I won't purchase this one, okay? I need to be practical. I need to be practical. So I started looking for other options muna. And then came, yun na nga, Adobe Premiere Pro, okay? Adobe Premiere Pro has, it's also a 30-day free trial, and versus Final Cut, when I first, kasi kabisado ko na yung Final Cut eh. So nung nag-Adobe Premiere Pro ako, sabi ko, oh my God, babalik ako ng Final Cut nito. It's huge. It's like so professional. It looks very technical. It's not easy to understand. At least that was my impression. But then again, chinaga ako. Okay? Chinaga ako. Did a lot of research, and until finally I was able to get the hang of it. More than just the hang of it, actually, I actually started to appreciate a little bit more than Final Cut Pro. Okay? Kasi alam mo yun, merong para sa'yo talaga what is convenient and what is more appropriate as far as your style is concerned. Yun yung pipiliin mo eh. Doon ka mahihiyang. In my case, nahiyang ako sa Adobe Premiere Pro. Then again, nung nag-expire na yung kanyang 30 days na free trial, the good part about Adobe Premiere Pro is that it does not push you to just purchase the software outright. Okay, there's this great option to use it and pay it on a monthly basis, monthly, quarterly, or annually. Okay, which sabi ko, for someone who is still testing the waters in terms of doing content as a passion hobby per se, okay? I don't want to again make a huge commitment and baka masayang lang later on kung bibiling ko na to tong software na to. So, but it gave me an option na, installment basis. Not installment, but pay on a monthly basis, okay? So, now I have an apple-to-apple comparison between Adobe Premiere Pro and Final Cut. So outright, it was a no-brainer for me. Sabi ko, I'm gonna go na with Premiere Pro, which I did. Okay, and I'm very happy that I did. So there, editing software done. Okay, so what I do now is I lay out the music and that I chose, and first I lay out the music in the timeline. Latag ko siya sa timeline. And then after ko siya ilatag sa timeline, now I start choosing or selecting the clips that I will include in the video. Okay? I start bringing in the clips. So now I have the clips and I have the music. So ang susunod kong gagawin ngayon is ikakasal ko silang dalawa. That's how I would usually refer to it, okay? I will marry the clips and the music, okay? Importante, sobrang importante, okay? That you merge the two, okay? So that they are in sync and that they are actually aligned para nako-communicate nila yung gusto mong i-communicate na mensahe. Okay? How do you do that? Ang daming probably steps and procedures and ways. But one tip that I can give you is what I noticed. I may not be exactly 100% correct, but very consistent. One thing I noticed with the tracks or the music is that every 3 seconds, nagpapalit siya ng beat. Okay? Every 3 seconds, the beat changes or something comes in the music every 3 seconds or so, to the point that it should be able to make your video more exciting. Because what I'm doing now is every 3 seconds, as much as possible, okay, I put in one clip, okay, and then the next is another, and the next is another, okay. Whenever applicable, that's what I do, okay. Why also do I think that this makes sense? Aside from nakita mong sumasabay yung clip mo sa pagpalit ng beat ng music, it also makes sense because what I noticed is that viewers, okay, in a general sense, okay, viewers have a very low attention span. Very low attention span. So kung ano yung pinapakita mo na film or footage, if it's not exciting enough, or if it's just kind of a footage, and binabad mo siya for like 5-10 seconds, it's already giving a signal to your viewer na parang this is going to be boring. The rest of this is going to be boring, or it's either that they give up and then not finish your video, etc., etc. You see, so changing clips together with the changing of the beats. Okay, I got caught. Sorry. Okay, continuing. As I was saying, changing clips as the beat changes actually will keep your viewers alive and interested and glued. Higher chances of that happening. Okay? So, basically, ito ngayon yung challenges if you want to do that, right? Your clips are like forever long. Minutes long, and then pagkakasyahin mo siya sa 3 seconds or sa 6 maybe, right? Your choices, like what I do, is either I choose the best part, the best 3 seconds of that clip, and that's what I put in the video, or sometimes, okay, I use that as an opportunity to bring in a variation in the video, meaning to say, hindi ko ikakat yung clip. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to speed it up, okay? So that it will be at 3 seconds total without cuts, but it's going to be really fast. Parang fast forward, okay? And it gives a certain new level of dynamics in the total video, right? So it's like the opposite of slow motion, right? So I won't cut, I will speed up para magkasya siya sa 3 minutes. Okay, and on the flip side is doing a slow-mo. Okay, sometimes the series of 3-second beats is kind of flat. Okay, flat in the sense that it does not actually sort of push you to change the clip to another clip every 3 seconds. Parang it's a total of, let's say, 6 or 9 seconds, something like that, na flat siya, pero makikita mo pa rin may beat na 3 seconds in between, right? So what I do is I grab a clip, okay? And then, if my clip is shorter, okay, than 9 seconds, pero yun yung babagay doon at that particular point of the video because, let's say, of the music nga, and because of the message, of the narrative and all that, what I'll do there is I will do a slow-mo. I reduce the speed so that it extends to say 9-12 seconds depending on that the duration ng number of beats na hinahabol ko. So there I would come up with normal footages, then footages suddenly which are fast forwarding, and footages that are actually on slow-mo, right? Or, you know, the fast forward even, you can do a reverse. This is where all the tricks happen. Habang pinagkakasya mo siya at nilalaro mo siya according to the beats of the track that you have chosen. Alright, so once that's done, medyo madugo yung part na yun, that part takes quite a while. Okay, kailangan mo siyang tiyagain. You have to be very, very detailed. Your eyes really wide open, your ears also wide open. Okay, and your brain continuously running with different ideas. Madugo yung part na yun, pero to me that's the meatiest part. Okay, yun yung pinakamakahulugang part ng pag-e-edit. Yung pag-marry, okay, yung pagkasal ng clips at ng track. Okay. Now, my case, since I'm doing inspirational video with narratives, so the narratives also come in after I've married the clips and the tracks, okay? So this is the time now that I lay out on my timeline the recorded narratives that I've done, okay? And this is also where I chop it, okay? I chop it, I clean it, okay? And put the appropriate thought of a particular, say, sentence or a couple of sentences based on the image that I'm showing, okay, or the music and or the mood of the music that I'm playing, okay. So yung narrative will start, you know, itong clip, itong dalawa, tatlong clip na to, bagay dito itong 2 sentences na to. And then progressing until you complete the rest, okay. So basically you have the 3 ingredients into your timeline, okay? The music, the track, and the narrative. Once I have that already in place, okay, dito na ngayon papasok yung, since it's cinematic, this is where I color grade. This is the part where I color grade, okay? And ayoko muna isipin yung color grade habang binubuo ko pa siya, okay? Once it's all done, this is where I color grade. What is color grading again? Of course, you guys all know what color grading is again. It's basically correcting, enhancing the look of your footages through, you know, manipulating color keys, right? In my case, cinematic would require a different kind of color grading, okay, as far as I'm concerned, okay. It would normally require a more, how do you call this, a more cinematic look, okay. Adobe Premiere Pro has all of these options on how you can do that manually, okay. In my case, kasi also again, I would like to speed up the work, okay. If there are opportunities for me to speed up the work or the editing, I will grab that opportunity if it's appropriate enough or applicable at least, okay? So what I do or did was that I got presets, okay? Presets. I think in Final Cut Pro they're called plugins, okay? In Premiere Pro they're called presets. What are presets? Presets are assembled different kinds of video enhancement effects, okay. You can see that in the internet. Again, I'm gonna drop down the link in the description box. I would normally be going for the teal and orange kasi based on the readings and what I've seen is that it's the Hollywood look, okay, for cinematic effects in terms of color grading. So but you know, teal and orange is the general thing I'm using, but then I don't stick to it 100%. I would take a preset of teal and orange, okay, bring it down, drop it into the video, and not all the time it's is bringing out the kind of color effect that I want. So I would still tweak it a bit, okay? I would still tweak it a bit in terms of saturation, contrast, sharpen, brightness, exposure, color, blah, 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 all those things. Ayusin ko pa siya ng konti. Intensity, yung mga ganyan. Ayusin ko pa siya ng konti until medyo masatisfy ako. Or the look that I'm trying to go for is achieved. But the basis, or basic rather, is, highlights and shadows are basically a combination of the colors of teal and orange. Okay, so that's for color grading. Okay, that's what I do. I color grade after the editing is done. Okay, and then once it's color graded, I bring in the transitions. Dito pa lang ako nagpapasok ng transitions. Okay, transitions would be what? Alam na natin yon. Okay, zooms, zoom, zoom, zoom in, zoom out, cross dissolve, cross fade, dip to black, dip to white, yung mga ganyan. Transitions, actually, from the word itself, is basically the shifting, what happens during the shifting between clips, okay? How do you bring your audience from one clip to another clip, okay? Now, with transitions, again, same with color grading, there are presets for this, okay? Of course, kilalang-kilala like Sam Colder for cinematic videos with amazing transitions, right, to the highest level. And I've recently come across Bansky, okay, Banny Logroño's channel, and my God, his cinematics, the color grading there, the transitions there are, wow, talagang something that you would want to achieve also, okay? So, these are available in presets also. Of course, there are built-in transitions, almost any editing software, right? But then if you want to level up, and if what is built in is kind of limiting you, okay, you want to bring in some preset transitions, okay? It also speeds up the work, okay? Now, what I want to say about transitions is this. Guilty ako nito, okay? Transitions are often, especially for beginners, tend to be overused. Ay nako, okay? It's like one clip after the other, zoom, next clip, zoom out, next clip, cross dissolve, next clip, swirl, next clip, spin, next clip, back to zoom. It's like, wow. Kaya ako sinasabing guilty because there was a point when, I found this really amazing and I was really excited and tuwang-tuwa ako when I did this, but then, looking back when I was watching them again, napapagod yung mata ko. Napapagod yung mata ko kasi parang grabe naman to, napaka-heavy ng mga transitions, okay? So what I want us to share here is the less is more concept, okay? Mean to say, to a certain extent, transitions to some content creators can be a way to cheat. Not bad cheating really, but a way to cheat because probably the actual clips or footages that you have are not strong or powerful or compelling enough to capture your audience attention. So therefore you need to put a certain gimmick, okay? And a fancy transition such as Luma, okay? Luma transition, where the previous clip blends with the next clip and then the dark shadows are left behind, the light, the light effect, of the next clip comes forward and all that, or vice versa, etc. Yeah, it's really awesome. Galing ng Luma. But like what I said, kung puro ganito, it's close to cheating because it sort of just supports or tries to make up for a less substantial clip or clips. that you have put in your timeline. So dadaanin mo siya sa transition. Okay? So less is more if you have valuable, substantial, meaningful, beautiful clips or footages. That's why the shooting part is really, really very, very important. Less work sa editing, kung baga. Okay? I mean to say, you just cut from one clip, go to the next clip, cut again, go to the next clip, okay? And whenever necessary, again, whenever necessary, depende sa build-up ng story mo or depende sa build-up ng track na nilagay mo, that's when you bring in transitions. Okay? That's when you bring in transitions. Okay? At least that's what I think how it should be done. Okay? Like aerial clips from drone or fly cam shots. Okay? Ang ganda. Grabe. Ang gaganda ng mga drone shots. Okay? It actually really brings you from one clip to another location. Okay? Location to location. If you use it that way. At least that's what I think. If you use it to as a transition, okay, from one location to another, then the drone clip is actually one of the best, one of the best transition effects that you can build into your video. Okay, but if you use drone shots for the heck of it, you know, between clips, drone shot dito, drone shot dito, wala namang transition required, or hindi naman umaalis from the same place, okay, medyo OA. Medyo, hindi naman sa, I don't know, I think it's kind of OA, and I think it's kind of misleading your viewer as well. Okay. There you go, transitions. And then, when I'm done with the transitions, dito ko na ipapasok yung final other special effects or enhancements, okay, for either visuals or for either audio. Enhance the visuals, enhance the audio, okay, or sound effects per se, you know, yung mga ting, yung mga comedy, laughter and all that if ever necessary, okay, at kung ano-ano pa yung mga whoosh, whoosh, whoosh and swoosh, and glitch and all these sound effects whenever necessary according to your transitions. You bring them in, I bring them in at this point. Okay. And then when this is done with also, ang susunod ko na dyan is susunod and last sa editing stage ko is I focus on the audio. The overall audio of the video. Ang dami ko kasing kailangan pakinggan. Okay? And we're talking about the music per se, the narrative, yung voiceover, okay, and background ng ibang clips, background sound from other clips, okay. Along the way, from each of the clip, you will have to decide kung alin ang dapat mas dominante, alin ang dapat hindi masyadong naririnig, alin ang support lang, which one is just in the background, which one should be really pronounced, okay. So this is where the audio editing happens. Aside from enhancing the audio from the different audio effects, enhancements available, say, in Premiere Cut Pro. I keep saying Pro. In Premiere Cut. This is also where your listening skills come into play. Okay? And if you don't do this right, it can be really bad. It can be really bad. Why do I say this? Kasi ang dami ko, hindi naman madami, may mga ilang videos din ako in the past that really was bad. You know, maririnig mo na umover sa decibels. Okay? Super static na. Okay? And all this, all that, and oh God, no matter how good your clips and transitions and color grading and everything else is, pagdating sa audio, kung yung audio mo is really not something that you worked on, it's just going to be a total disaster in the end. Okay? So this is basically the blending of the different sounds that you hear in a video. Blending and making whatever sound that needs to be more pronounced and heard stand out. Okay? And background sound are supposed to be background sounds. They're not supposed to be of the same disturbing, that's supposed to disturb, you know, the main sound that's supposed to be heard. Okay? So medyo alalay talaga dyan. You know, I'll give you one trick. Dati, when I was editing, lalo na sa volume and all that, yung sa desktop ko, naka-full yung volume. I didn't know any better. You know, I just wanted to hear. I just wanted to make sure that I'm hearing it. So, naka-full volume siya. So, pag in-edit siya, naka-full volume siya palagi. Hanggang matapos, right? Pag naka-full volume, bad. Or even mataas yung volume, bad. As your reference to listening, ha? Because once it's in YouTube, once it's published already, or once it's done, pag pinakinggan mo siya, wala ka maririnig na matino. You will hear static sounds and hissing sounds, and it's so garbled. It's so garbled, okay? Kasi naka-full ka sa volume ng editing software mo while you're editing, but forgetting the fact that you are also adjusting audio enhancement functions. You're increasing the decibel level, you're doing this with the echo, you're doing surround, or you're doing blah 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 blah. Okay? Habang naka-full volume ka. So ang ginagawa ko, which is wrong, and I'm never ever gonna do that again. What I stumbled into is accidentally was that because one time I was trying to edit at work. During lunch break, I was trying to edit there, and of course ayoko nang maingay ako, so naka-earphones ako. And while I was using the earphones to edit, I could not go full volume, right? My eardrums are going to explode, right? So it was just half of the, if this is the total volume, nasa kalahati lang ako. Okay? And it was easy listening, okay, at the same time. Until, you know, I went home, I started, you know, edit again, all that. Hindi ko na-change yung volume. Nasa half lang siya. Hindi ko na napansin. Then I worked on enhancing the audio. And then when I played it, when I did the playback on full volume, ang ganda. Suabe siya. Malinis and sakto lang. Okay. So, well, that's the last part of editing that I'm doing is, again, the audio part. Okay, working on the audio part. Again, you start with a story, and then you shoot, and then you work on your tracks, which includes narratives if you are doing voiceover. Okay, and then you go to your editing software and you start to actually do the edit. Okay, and when you edit, okay, you lay down the music, you marry the music with the clips that you have chosen, okay, and then you integrate your narrative or your voiceover, and then when you're happy with the whole thing, you color grade according to the kind of effect you want to do, and then when you're done, you do transitions, and when you're done, and you do your, you know, other enhancement, visual and audio enhancement effects, okay? And then finally, pakinggan nyo, not just watch. Listen, don't just watch, okay? And work on the audio, okay? Apart from that, okay, mayroon akong kode ko eh. Oh, ayan. You will see this. I'm gonna put this up.